Why? What is she doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
How are you doing that? Hey fellas, welcome to Game Soup. My name's Joe.
My name's Ed.
And today we're playing Gurumin, a Monstrous adventure, but before we do, we've got a couple of quick announcements just about the channel. So if you want to skip ahead of those, if you're not interested in the channel in particular and you just want to see the game, skip ahead a few minutes. So the first announcement, it's recently come to our attention that there's a new website called Soldier from the Surface, and it's kind of like a blog site that this guy made. And his first post is a long-form analysis of Cave Story's level design, which is something that we did on this channel in a very similar manner to the way that he did it.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, a few months ago, and his blog post just came out, I don't know, a week or two ago. And we wanted to see if you guys thought there were any real direct similarities between the article and our video. It could be just a coincidence, but if you guys have anything to say about it, let us know in the comments. We're going to post the link to our video and his blog post below, so just let us know what you think. In other news, we need a new hard drive. We recorded another episode earlier in the night, and we ran out of hard drive space in the middle of it because the game was in a high resolution and the episode was very long. We're recording onto an
SSD.
An SSD,
right,
that is pretty low capacity, and we want to upgrade to a bigger hard drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd be able to make a lot more content every time we record if we had more space to do it with. You know?
Right. Mm-hmm. So if you guys want to donate towards that, we have a Bitcoin link and a PayPal link in the description below.
Mm-hmm. No pressure, but just as long as we know, as long as you guys know that it's there, and if you feel like helping out the channel, then that's the way you should do it.
Yeah. We don't put ads on the channel either, so that's the only way that we get any kind of income on the channel.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
I don't mean to sound like we're big shots. We're not making anything really.
No, we're making. I'm literally. We're not making anything. This is costing us money. Really, this channel, costing us lots of time.
Well, it costs us a lot of time, yeah. Not too much money yet, but...
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, we'd like to upgrade our hard drive.
Someday. We'd like to produce better content week by week as much as we can. So, sound good?
So this is Gurumin, a Monstrous adventure.
Let's do it. We're going to start a new game here. Perrin. Alright.
I like GS.
You like GS instead of the name Perrin? Now let's do it. GS. Let's go with normal. And not beginner, because we're not babies, right?
Yeah, if it's called normal, then it's probably like the easy mode. The easy mode is probably like a casual mode.
It's probably for dumb babies. Probably for dumb little babies. So this is the same company that makes the Ease series, right? So they made they just released fairly recently Ease. Oh, I don't remember what it's called.
Some Ease thing.
Some Ease thing. Mm-hmm. And those are great games. Those are great top-down action RPGs. Lots of action, lots of hack and slashing, really, really hard games too. Like super, super hard bosses. Kind of like Metroidvanias in a way. And that there's some backtracking.
I like the style though. I like how our braids are like separated there.
I know, yeah, that's really cool.
That's interesting.
So I'm kind of surprised to see this game from Falcom because I've only ever known them to make the Ease series games. And as far as I know, this is just like a one-off thing. It's very different. It doesn't remind me at all of anything that they've done.
Good to see you.
Hyperbolic. His name is Hyperbolic.
Who are you?
It's me, your granddaughter.
It's me, GS.
Coming to live with you, remember?
Oh, so you did. You've had quite a trip. You must be tired.
Nobody told me coming here was 2 days on a train. You'd think Mom or Dad could have mentioned something.
Oh,
That voice acting, huh?
changed a bit. So what brings you
Did this come out on Xbox 360 or something?
I don't think so. I probably would have noticed.
I wonder what platforms this came out for, aside from PC. Oh, and speaking of, by the way, this is available on Good Old Games. It's probably available on Steam as well. So go check it out if this is the kind of thing you're into. This is your room.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on the 360 arcade, and I don't remember ever seeing this come out on Xbox 360.
Yeah, I feel like this just went completely under my radar. This is the kind of game that I, just seeing previews from would probably keep an eye on. But no, I'll make new friends here. Why is his name Hyperbolic? That's a really, really weird name.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't sound like a... It's not a Ricardo, you know? It's not like a real name. A lot of the times you can, like, trick people into thinking that your word is also a name if it sounds like a name. But that doesn't even sound like a name. Like, Frederick, Hyperbolic, maybe?
I do really like the style of the game,
I-
the graphics.
Yeah, use cursor and right click to move. To jump, hit X or spacebar. Alright, well, we're playing with a controller, so we're not going to be using the cursor here. Game guide? It contains a game guide!
Oh, cool. So if we get lost, we don't have to go on Game
Thank
Facts or something, right?
God, thank God, man. Check. Okay, so we got full range of well, left and right camera controls. Can't go up and down. Let's see here. Okay, so that's our
The
jump
ceiling's
button.
probably covered with spiders, and they don't want you to see.
Probably, yeah. That's the most likely explanation, in fact. Not just that it's not rendered. They actually did take the time to render it. All right, talk icon. Hit Z or left click. Well, let's figure out what button that is. Tease Town. Let's figure out what button that is in Xbox language. It is the A button. Aw.
This totally feels like a PS2 game, like a PS2 era game as far as the graphics go, and
You
as
think?
far as like and even kind of as the gameplay.
Yeah, I guess it is.
It came out in like 2008 though, isn't it an old game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an older game.
Yeah, I guess that's... I mean, PlayStation 2 was 2001.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I feel like... Maybe it's just me. I feel like this looks too good for PS2. Like,
Yeah,
I know PS2
probably.
looked great towards the end of its lifespan, but
I just
this looks
remember
really good.
the Brave Fencer Musashi game for PS2. I played through that. It had pretty awesome graphics, and this sort of reminds me of that. I like the style in that game a lot more though. But it was Tetsuya Nomura did the designs for it in like the chunky style. You know, like World Ends With You.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically the same style, except it's a 3D action RPG.
Yeah, man, that's a signature style.
And this game's kind of Japanese, huh? This guy's asking a 8-year-old on a
Yeah,
date.
and his name is Cylinder, so it's kind of weird.
He's kind of shaped like a cylinder.
He's gonna come pick us up. Wow. So we're 5 minutes into this game, we're already getting picked up by a guy named Cylinder. This is my boyfriend. His name is Cylinder. Fan cute cakes. Shortcake.
Did they explain why there's that music note bouncing at the top yet?
I was just no, but it really is distracting me. I really want to know what it's all about. So let's hope that we find out very soon.
Is it a musical kind of game? Is it some kind of a rhythm game?
I don't know. It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Oh, look. Oh. So it's a. I was gonna ask you what kind of game this is, but it's a monstrous adventure. That's what kind of game.
Yeah,
it is,
that's
right?
the genre.
That's yeah. I mean. Oh!
I like that dialogue.
Oh, I love it.
I like smashing this trash can. Wait, can you smash it?
This way's the mind.
She probably says it because you're supposed to smash it at some point.
Maybe. But
That's
I
just a
can't-
really funny translation.
You can eat a cookie, I guess. I don't know. Locked. She's going on a rampage. She's breaking into every house she can.
Oh, here's that creep guy again.
Cylinder. Oh. How about never? Oh,
Look, this guy's a real loser.
Yeah, I know. Disc.
They have good names in this game.
You think?
Yeah, Cylinder, Disc, GS.
GS. Yeah. Yeah, I know. These are brand new goggles. That's just random capitalization.
They reduce water damage.
Oh yeah, of course. To your eyes. Oh, cool. You got the goggles.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, I know. 200 pockles a month.
Well, we'd be dead by then, so.
Yeah, I know. Don't forget to equip items. Goggles. Goggles, they do something. I guess they do.
Items.
Are they, yeah,
Alright,
they're
it
equipped.
looks like you're equipped. You gotta check that. Oh, it's just
wait.
unchecked though, I think.
Yeah, let me fix that. Yeah.
Cool.
There we
I like the menu that you can still see
Yeah.
what's going on in the game.
The UI is real simple. The disguise kit.
Yeah, it's simple enough that they can. You can't do that with every game, but if this game remains as simple as it is so far,
I love that. Yeah, it's like a picture-in-picture type thing. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
really nice UI.
All right, what were we supposed to do?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't either.
Cool.
I had that problem when I
I
play
don't-
games.
I don't remember them saying anything of where you're supposed to go though.
There's a hole in that darn wall.
Oh, okay.
That's Grandpa.
So there's probably a hole in the wall you can get that you can escape out of.
Oh yeah, look, this is it. This is a scripted event.
Hey, is that a kid?
Cool beat, huh?
Yeah, real cool beat. This does not feel like Falcom.
I like that design with the flower. Oh, that's not growing out of her head. That's just a bow with like a flower design on it.
For my super pretty.
I feel like this is one of those games that they almost didn't localize. Like they had very serious reservations about translating this because it's too weird. Like the Goemon series.
Yeah.
But they actually did. There are a lot of Goemon games, and a handful of them have come to America, or I guess the West.
I'm Pino the Monster.
This is one of those games I would not expect.
The style of humor, though, like in these kind of games, like the really Japanese style of humor, that doesn't always fly so well in the Western countries. I love it though. Like I love Mystical Ninja, like just the goofiness of it.
Yeah. I also feel like a lot of that, even you can do your best job translating and localizing, and still some of it is just lost in like the cultural awareness.
Yeah, there's some stuff that
you know?
we just don't get, but
I was just
it might be even funnier to us though because we've never seen it.
Yes, it is.
We haven't
goofier.
grown up with it.
I meet a real life monster.
Real live monster.
Friends.
So she's a monster, Pino.
Are you really wants to be friends with me?
Yeah, I think you're right about this being a PS2 game, but it looks really sharp.
Nice to meet you.
I don't think it is actually a PS2 game, but
No.
it kind of looks like one. Yeah.
Kind of. I have to know.
Maybe I'm looking through the PS2 graphics with rose-colored glasses or something.
That's what I was thinking I was doing too, but I mean, it's too. Is it too low res to be like an Xbox 360/PS3 game? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
So it has to be a PS2 game.
It would feel. Yeah, it feels like it would be
Thank you
from
for
that era of
coming,
games.
sister. Hey, why don't you come to Monster Village with us?
All right.
I mean, all right. That's fine with me. So we didn't want to go with that cylinder guy, but with these monsters, yeah.
Come on, I'll show you the way. There's really a monster village?
Well, I'm pretty sure these ones aren't rapists.
Yeah,
I think Cylinder might have been a raper type of fella.
but what if it's always the ones you don't expect?
A really mean type of fella, you know? Like a raper.
Monster village is
Probably.
on the other side.
I mean, his name was Cylinder.
It may look strange, but you'll like it.
That's what Cylinder said. I just did a variation of that's what she said. Not on purpose.
I didn't notice.
I know.
You shouldn't have said anything.
I know. An adventure. This is the
This is
adventure.
the hole that we escape out of. All right, cool.
Now the credits roll. Game's over.
Yeah,
the
we
adventure.
escaped from the town.
We found two monsters. Yeah.
And she fell into a lake shortly after and perished.
Because the monsters were just in her imagination. And she didn't see the lake.
We're still recording.
Yeah, it just decided to start playing this FMV and minimized itself. God, it's so Japanese.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah. I actually really like it, as much as I'm, I don't know, dishing out fake hate on it. I like it. Controls really well, UI's good, art style is awesome. Soundtrack is sick and tight and rock and cylinder. It feels like it's a kid's game, kind of. But I don't think it is.
Yeah, this really feels like a game that was from like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It would have had like really awesome graphics for that time period.
Yeah. Back when cell shading was all the rage.
But the music and the style, everything about it.
Joe, why don't you... Do you want to look this up? Well, I guess I can do it because I'm not controlling the game right now. I want to know what this came out on. And why it came to America. I mean, I'm grateful, but why? You know?
I like the bass line on this song. Yeah, why did it come to America?
Yeah, why? That's really the most important question. Why? It's on Steam, PSP, like the original PlayStation Portable.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
That makes perfect sense. That's
There
why
you
it
go.
feels like it's between PS2 and
That's why, because it, yeah.
and PS3 era. Yeah.
But this still doesn't answer the question, why? It was released in 2007, actually 2006 in Japan.
Okay. Now now it's all coming together.
Yeah,
Why we couldn't piece it together.
that makes sense. That makes sense. No, they don't mention anything about why they localized it, but I'm glad they did. I am. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, there's other games I can think of, like PS2 had a bunch of those weird games. Like, you remember Mad Maestro? Did you ever play that one?
I never played it.
Or Stretch Panic?
Yeah.
That one's
I played it.
that's a real goofy one.
Played it with you once or twice, I think.
There was like Silhouette Mirage. That was for PlayStation 1 though.
That's just Treasure, man. Treasure's just weird like that.
Yeah. Well, Stretch Panic's Treasure also.
Yeah. They're just weird.
Yeah.
But what about when I was younger? I rented a game called Magic Crayon. You know what I'm talking about for PS2. It was called Magic Pen Gel.
Oh yeah, that
Yep,
game.
Magic Pen Gel.
I think I played that for a little bit. I didn't play it that much though.
Yeah, that game allowed you to create your own monsters.
Yeah.
So
and everybody
naturally-
just made dicks.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all coming back to me now.
was a
Oh
good
jeez.
time.
I think I tried to get that on my memory.
Really? That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Magical Pen Gel.
Did we play that together?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah.
You could scare a fly.
I think I slept over your house that night.
Okay.
So it's been a long time. This video's been at it for a while. We haven't really done much.
Yeah, I want to see if there's like combat or how
I know.
how the systems in the game work.
Phantoms got
We're Game Soup. We want to figure out how the systems and mechanics work in games.
phantoms.
And then dish out dirt on them.
From somewhere else.
Here we go. This is the kind of talk I like.
And they're really dangerous.
Ooh, yeah.
Monsters and
Dangerous.
Tornado
Pretty
kick
tornado
teaches
kick.
them a thing or
Pretty
two.
tornado. You see, this is very Japanese.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it really is.
Business.
What if she could use
A gun.
Yeah, pistol.
I wonder
What's
what's
this?
this.
Yeah, what's with this? What's with this
Yeah.
music note up at the top there?
I guess we could just look in the game guide, but that would be kind of kill it, you know? I want it to be natural.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll teach us how to do it.
weapon?
This cane is actually a sword.
Go on.
Yeah, it's a tombstone. We
Yeah, I
can
know.
use a tombstone as a weapon.
You pull it up from the ground, then there's a ghost underneath, and the ghost is your weapon.
Yeah. That was in Soul Eater. In the comic Soul
Really?
Eater, one of the characters, Sid, he uses a tombstone as a weapon. It's awesome.
Like as a bludgeoning weapon?
Yeah. He just uses it to
God.
bludgeon his opponents. that show and comic is pretty awesome.
Give it a
Oh, so this is Sword in the Stone now.
Okay.
So here's my theory. Because she's a kid, she can pull the drill out.
Like Drill Dozer. There's another weird game.
Yeah, I know.
Buy me a
And that's
sword.
that was Game Freaks.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Do it.
All these companies that are known for their huge titles going out and making these one-offs. The one-offs are always the weird ones. I guess that kind of makes sense. I guess there's a reason they're always one-offs and not series.
But these are the kind of games we love here on GS.
Yeah, these are the best games. Like the diamonds in the rough, you know? The games that don't get enough attention.
I don't believe
Like Flame Break, which we played earlier.
We can fight the phantoms.
You know? That one completely under the radar.
Do you know where the phantoms are? I think they're in the ruins.
Look at him dancing. Why is he doing this?
I love this.
On the case.
I really like this game.
And support you with my
He's dancing like Beat from Jack Ryan Radio.
Yeah, I know.
It looks just it's like the same dance that Beat does when you select him.
He's
in the character
supporting
select
us.
screen.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's going to support us by dancing. Buy lots of cookies and chocolates. That's how you heal, with cookies and chocolates. That drill is so cool.
Like the dialogue is the dialogue is funny.
Yeah.
The designs are awesome. How's the control? Good.
Good. I mean,
It's about what you expect.
yeah, it's about as good as a 3D platformer in this generation could be. I mean, also if it was a PSP game, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Just wait to see how the combat is, I guess.
Yeah. Exit. All right, let's do it. So we met up with some monsters. They gave us a drill. Oh look, this is a monster. Oh no. No ancient ruins here.
So we're just going to the. Oh, he's pulling a Mito.
Yeah, he
like
really
from
is.
Ocarina.
He's saying, yeah, Duck.
Is this the ruins? That looks like ruins to the right there.
Yes, it
that
does.
building there. Can you you can only walk on the road? It looks like.
The ruins are on your right.
You know what's really
Oh,
annoying?
these, yeah.
Construction workers, they take forever to fix roads. At least around here. Why is that?
I don't know, man. Why is that? Like, do you have an example of a road that you would like to talk about not getting fixed?
Well, the road that I live on has been closed for about a
I
year.
was gonna say, you sound like you really had an example in mind.
Yeah, I really got a bone to pick with my burrow.
All right. You know they're watching now, so go ahead.
Actually, I don't really mind because there's no traffic on my road, and it's just local traffic, so it's pretty nice.
Well, there's no traffic because it's under construction.
Right.
Right?
Merely an innocent monster passing by.
Hey, this is amazing.
He sounds really innocent too, right?
Call me stupid, but I'm going to believe you.
Okay, cool.
Nice drill you have. Take good care of it.
He's very familiar with all manners of drilling.
Good care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the designs in this game.
Look at
They're
the-
very simple.
Oh wait, so the A button is the drill thing. That's a slash, and then the X button is like a dash type thing.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
But also, look at the music meter at the top. It's so fast.
You were the one that got this game, and I seem to be more into it than you.
No, I'm enjoying
Or
it.
maybe we're both really into it.
I'm like everything this game is doing. I like. You know. I really like the art style. That's kind of what drew me to it in the first place. You know, as far as first impressions go, it's usually the most important one.
I'm excited to see how
Potato ruins.
the combat plays out. That's kind of what I'm into in games. It's like the mechanics and the systems of the combat and the
Criddle.
and the actual
Remember from
Criddle. Oh yeah, there
Criddle.
was another game that we were looking at. What was it called?
It was called Lost Castle.
Lost Castle. Yeah, instead of saying critical, it says Criddle.
Criddle. Yeah, English was not the developer's first language. Use cursor and right click to move. Oh, we already saw this. You can destroy all kinds of things with Z or left click. If you find something you can't destroy, hold down Z or left button. Charge up your drill. Oh, that's what the bar is.
Okay, so that's sort of like a drill dozer type of mechanic. So you're gonna like dash forward? Oh, that's pretty
Yeah, this is
cool. Be like
basically
a psycho crusher there.
this is 3D drill dozer, isn't it? But what's with the music meter? I still don't really understand.
Yeah, I don't know. It did something when you do your charge attack though.
It just fills up.
Maybe
to
the
show
game
you.
just has a really musical. Oh wait, charge your drill up again.
The bar fills up, right?
Yeah, when the bar fills up, I think that's just what that bar is, just for your charge attack.
I guess, yeah. And it just happens to go with the music.
Seems
It's
like
just
overkill to take up that much space of the AI just to
Yeah,
show
I
that
know.
you're charged up. But
especially if you were playing this on a very tiny PSP screen, right?
yeah, but also there was something to be said for like cooldowns and charge attacks, or just some
Or style.
elements that you need to be able to keep track of while you're paying attention to the action of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
For those to be big, so maybe it's all right. I think it's neat, and
yeah.
it's not that distracting. So
I'm fine with it. It's
all right,
better.
let's forgive it.
Oh, we'll forgive it. We'll allow it.
You probably gotta drill those through this, right?
Drill those. Don't you say that word, drill those.
Get those criddles in.
Get those criddles.
Criddle
Critical.
those
Oh,
rocks.
they spelled it wrong here. They spelled it Critical. It's actually spelled Crital.
Those monsters are real monsters. They sent a child into these ruins filled with
I know.
filled with vicious, dangerous monsters.
Time your attacks on the movement. Wait, time your attacks to the moment when star and note converge on timing bar.
Oh, so you have to play to the rhythm of the game. This is Crypt of the Necrodancer before Necrodancer.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're playing because you're usually better at these kind of rhythm things than I am.
You really gotta have the volume in. That's important for a game like this. Oh, and the sound effects are so loud that you can't hear the music.
Yeah, that is a little bit distracting. I bet you can change that in the
Oh,
menu.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
after this battle room.
Yeah.
I like the arena format in games when they do like an arena format for the battle rooms.
Yeah, I
or
like that.
in dungeons or in dangerous areas in games. Just because it's easier to keep track of your surroundings. Like if there's like invisible walls or if it's an open world, then it leaves less room for the developer to balance.
Right.
But if it's a concealed area like this, concealed. If it's a controlled area like this, I think that makes it easier to balance for the developer.
You know what? You make that is the prime argument when people say games like Skyrim are good, but sometimes people prefer more linear stories.
Right.
Right? Because you
Yeah.
can't control the player experience in a game. In a game like Skyrim, every single player has a completely different experience. They
Right.
experience quests in different orders, and all their characters are different.
Right.
But there's something to be said for having control over how your players play the game. So I totally agree with you there. I like this a lot.
Yeah, it
And
looks
also,
really fun.
yeah, and also it's not as hard to get, or it's not as easy to get lost, I guess. When you're in arenas, hey, you got
Right.
a cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said this over and over again on GameSoup, but I think that if you want to have a game that's free roaming, make it easy for the player to understand where to go, but also allow them to explore if they choose to. But if you just want to run through the game, I think that it should be fairly linear, just for the main story. But the rest of it can be as open as you have the budget to develop for, really.
Hit C or double click the right mouse button.
It's like a good example, like the Far Cry games. I really love Far Cry 3 and 4 a lot just because of that. If you want to just burn through the game, burn through the story, you can do it.
Right.
But if you want to explore the massive world that they created, you can do that too. So I did a little bit of both. I'm not a completionist, but I did enjoy exploring and finding a lot of the neat little secrets that they laid out in the game.
But then try to imagine like balancing Hearthstone, right? Hundreds and maybe 1,000 cards. Try to balance all those cards against each other, and then try to transfer that into a world the size of Skyrim. You know? I mean, we've already got ridiculous scope creep when it comes to games right now in this industry. You know, teams of hundreds or up to 1,000 are working on one game at a time, you know? So, I don't know. That's a scope that is maybe not necessarily beneficial. I forget what this did. I should have
just
been
opened something.
What did it open? Oh, there was a gate over here. Yeah. I better open that gate. And there's a map, too. Let's see. Leave here. Alright.
I kind of miss that. They don't do that as much, like bad translations in games. I kind of miss laughing at the...
Is it a bad translation,
poor
though?
translations. Leave here?
I
don't know. Leave area, maybe?
I guess. Well, no, it's talking about the menu.
Leave
Isn't it?
menu?
Leave here.
Exit?
Oh, no, you're right. It's like this level.
So it's definitely mistranslated.
Yeah.
It's like close, though. You get the meaning. Close enough.
Yeah. It's too casual, I think. Then
You already hit that, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
You had a dash through there, right?
Yeah, I did, didn't I? It was facing to the left before.
Yeah, you did it right.
So
we did not... Oh, we have a HUD kind of map in the bottom left there, but we don't have like a full map. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is what opened. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is that a lava pit? Get in the lava! Your drill will drop when you take damage. Successful critical hits will graduate... Oh, okay. Drilling Magic Earth.
Oh, okay.
So this is how you level your drill, and you get crits. So basically, crits are actually really important for keeping you powered up. And this is just a fast way to do it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I get it. What's up,
So
buddy?
your drill level is... Now it's that glowing blue bar at the top. So your drill level is at like the powered up level.
Right. Level 2, I guess.
Yeah.
And then if I get more crits... Oh, does the bar fill up? I wonder.
So the crits happen when you hit the note on beat.
Right.
It looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would expect that the drill bar up there to gradually fill, right? Because it said if you do criticals, you level up your drill. Alright. This is a weird game, and I love it. I'm kind of surprised this came to Steam, but that seems to be happening more and more. For example, there's a PSP game called Danganronpa, which is like a visual novel, like a murder mystery visual novel. And that just got released on Steam a couple days ago. So maybe this is a thing now. I'm still surprised that this got released on Steam at all, you know?
Yeah, there are a lot of old games getting released on Steam now.
Which is great, you know? Like Bubsy 3D. Or was it? Yeah,
it was Bubsy 1 and 2.
Oh,
the collection.
Yeah, of course. Wasn't it early access
because
too?
One Bubsy game wasn't enough.
Yeah.
They needed to make 3.
And they had to charge
And they didn't even include Bubsy 3D in the...
Which is the worst of all of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they're all...
yeah.
We played Bubsy on...
We did. It was a
this
nightmare.
channel. Yeah.
It was terrible.
What was that on? That was on a classic analysis, wasn't it?
It was on, what do we call it? Animal Games?
Speedy Animal Games.
There we
Sega
go.
Genesis.
He wasn't very speedy, though.
Yeah, so go back and check that out. That was a pretty good episode, though, if I remember right.
I like the music. I really like the music.
Yeah, it's important that the music is good and has a good beat because you need to follow it.
This is the kind of music, like when I write video game music, this is the kind of style that I like and I think about and I try to recreate to some degree.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
I
catchy.
like this kind of music too.
Yeah. Like it's casual and catchy. I don't know. It's very old school video games. Like 10 years ago video games, you know?
Yeah, even before that. It feels like this kind of music was like mid to late 90s to like through the mid 2000s. It was kind of the style. Can you wall run? That's awesome.
Yeah,
so.
you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, you're turning sideways.
Oh yeah.
There's some kind of a wall run ability. That's pretty awesome.
I bet this sign's gonna tell us, well, either that or how to push blocks.
You can move and break wood boxes, reinforced you can move, and iron you can't move.
Just
Okay.
stand in front of a box. All right, that's cool. So this bottom one here is a.
That's breakable. So you probably break that and then move the top one to where you need it. Oh, you can move them both at the same time.
Ah, no, you're
Okay,
right.
so you move it and break, and then break the bottom one so you can get on top of it.
You know, Joe, you're a pretty clever boy.
Speaking of music, Spotify or Apple Music? Which one's better? Let us know in the comments, because I've been using Spotify recently, and I like it a lot, but I haven't tried Apple Music yet. And I hear there's more exclusives on Apple Music, but one thing I was a little disappointed about on Spotify, there's not a lot of video game music on there.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking around, there's not a lot of remixes or soundtracks on there.
Huh.
Did that hurt you? I think the box landed on your head and took 3 hit points from you.
No, it didn't.
It didn't?
I was missing those before.
Oh, okay.
It looked like it though, didn't it? Why don't they have video games music though?
There's not a lot. Like
Kinda
most
weird.
of the stuff I was looking for, there wasn't anything. Like they have a few of those like orchestra albums,
Yeah, those
like
are
where
okay.
they'll play like all the Zelda songs. But I don't know. I like to hear the original soundtracks, and I
Yeah.
like to hear.
You don't always want to hear an orchestral remake of, you know.
Like I'm not expecting there to be like overclock remixes on there or anything, but
What up,
you know,
boy?
just some albums.
What up, boy?
Like they don't have the Guilty Gear soundtracks. They did have Jackwine Radio though,
No.
so I put Sneak Man on my playlist.
Oh, good. That's classic. That whole album is classic. Okay, platforms. I'm surprised they had that. Really.
But like as far as finding new music, as far as like seeing the new releases and finding new stuff that's just based on what you like, it's I find it to be really useful. That was really articulate, huh? But yeah, I like Spotify. But is Apple Music better? That's kind of my question. Should I be using Apple Music instead?
What about-
Because I don't want to manage two online music collections.
What about like Pandora? Do you ever use Pandora?
Not really.
What's the difference between Spotify and Pandora?
Spotify's like you can save your playlists. It's basically like, you know how you can go on YouTube and just get any song you want. It's better than that because it's just the music. It's pretty much every like mainstream song, minus the video game music, which is kind of a big selling point for me.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's really that much more game music on Apple Music. But let me know if there is, and then I'll switch.
Wow. There was
But
yeah.
But yeah, Spotify. It's kind of like just having a hard drive with every mainstream song ever released.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much. So you
Sounds
don't really
great.
need to download music anymore. Like any song that would have come out on like iTunes or would have come out on CD anywhere, pretty much.
Whoa!
That you could buy at a normal store, you're pretty much gonna find on there.
Cardboard box. No.
At least everything I've looked for besides video game music has been on there.
Targeted air attack. Target enemy and jump. What could it mean? No choice but to try it. Oh, she's gonna show us. So I'm not. Oh, okay. So hit X to jump. When the target mark changes color, attack. Oh, okay. That's cool.
Oh, if you hit, you can attack again. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
This almost reminds me of like Mischief Makers in a way. But
Yeah.
not really. It's not really the same mechanic, but
It reminds me of a little bit like Sonic Adventure.
yeah, that's actually
know?
a better comparison. Yeah, that's
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
That's really cool.
Okay, yeah, you're totally right. That feels totally
Yeah.
like Sonic.
And the controls are just simple too. That's 2 buttons. You just alternate them,
Yeah, that's nice.
and it's really responsive too. I thought that was going to be harder to do, but no.
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, like I've played Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and those are great games. Pretty much masterpieces. But you know, sometimes the controls there, especially if you're like trying to transfer.
Yeah, we played through Super Mario Galaxy together. Was it the first one or the second one? I think it was the first one. Yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one was even better. But even there, sometimes it's hard to judge your, you know, like sort of the depth.
Yeah. As
And-
far as 3D platforming goes, though, that's one of the best games I've played.
Yeah.
I didn't play the second one though.
The second one was even better.
Cuckoo.
Like universally, critically acclaimed, even better than the first, which is hard to believe.
You came to free me?
I like it though because there's no more giant ship that you like. That's your base. You just have this.
He just came out. He just got out of the bars.
Wow. He did.
Why didn't you just escape?
The voice acting isn't really matching the
There's no
drama
time
of
to
the
talk about
scene.
that.
What now?
to attack Monster Village.
We have to save them.
Like, you know, her Japanese voice actor was like,
It was probably really high pitched.
yeah, really high pitched and
Like,
really.
like Western audiences just couldn't even hear it because their eardrums they just aren't acclimated to hearing that kind of a sound.
Yeah, yeah. After 3 years of age, we can't hear those pitches anymore.
Clouds moved in fast. Do you think it's going to rain?
Those
It's
aren't
going to
clouds.
rain.
That's dark mist.
Dark mist?
This guy's voice is really low
I have to get to Monster
for a
Village.
little monster man.
I know, why? Why is that?
I bet the Japanese version of his voice wasn't intelligible to us.
It's probably an octave higher. What do you mean intelligible? Unintelligible?
Yeah, we couldn't hear it. Maybe that's the wrong word.
Too high or too low?
Too high.
When he had like a Barry White voice in the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone. I can't even do it. Hey, everyone. Is that Barry White? That's his name, right?
Yeah. That's like the.
But you said it was too
Singer
high.
man.
You think they all have high voices?
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh, that's cool. I like the rune, the glowy rune type of effect on these guys.
Okay, job done.
Job's
It
done.
was like too easy.
Yeah, this smells so delicious.
What?
They're hanging out with a butterfly.
Got away.
I wouldn't hang out with a
My
butterfly.
makeup's a mess and I broke a nail.
Nobody likes that butterfly.
No.
He's like the outcast of the group.
Yeah.
Everyone hates him.
Like he hangs out with them because it makes him look cool, but they hang out with him because it makes them
Well
look cool.
done, my little
You know?
friends.
It's like a mutually beneficial.
A mutual hatred.
Plan is in
Well,
motion.
A mutual
That's very strong.
hatred, but also a mutual benefit.
yeah.
Yes, Your Highness.
You look as handsome as always, my prince.
Stop looking at the prince like that. You.
You think the prince likes
Shut
you?
up, you noisy little.
Fish,
Wow.
You stink.
Silence.
Fans. Japan.
Yeah, I guess we don't really need to point out every time something's Japanese in this
Yeah,
game
no,
because
it's
that's
pretty much everything.
Every second.
You stop it.
All right. Cards.
Per plan, we're moving
All right.
to the next stage.
Sure.
Places, everyone.
Yes, sir.
This is a really fun game. If you have an afternoon or a weekend to kill and you're looking for a good title,
I don't know how long it is, but I hope it's very long. It's a
I
lot
know.
of fun.
Yeah. I mean, other games that are in the same genre.
Usually like 10 hours maybe for like an action RPG.
Yeah.
Welcome back, human.
And like it's got an HP counter. It's got drill upgrades. I'm not sure how deep the RPG mechanics really go, but I don't know. Could be deep.
Prince, where is everyone?
That lip syncing though.
Elsewhere, enjoying my hospitality.
I guess that's kind of like this whole era had terrible lips. Like Final Fantasy X. Oh my god, that game cost a ridiculous amount of time to produce at the time, right? I mean, it's been surpassed since then, but
Yeah, obviously,
back
yeah.
then, even then though, the voice acting and the lip syncing together, it just wasn't quite right.
Yeah, there wasn't as much respect for games as an art form then either.
And there wasn't as much need for it, I guess, because back then we still had lots of pixels and strange shapes that didn't quite resemble humans. And everything's much more realistic.
Yeah, they still don't quite.
Yeah, they still don't
Even
quite.
the most realistic games.
Unless you're going for a style like this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, I feel like unless you have a huge budget, you shouldn't be going for a realistic style.
Yeah.
You need to be stylizing your game, especially as a 3D game, really.
Yeah.
Any 3D game, if you're a small company, you just shouldn't be going for a realistic style. It's just going to wind up in the uncanny valley and it's just going to look weird.
Unless your goal is to be the next big thing in graphics, you should not try to go for realistic graphics. You know, unless you're trying to be the next Crisis or I don't know what's a game that recently that looks the best. I don't know. Nice, huh? It's mine. I found it in the ground. It's quite an old model. Oh, cool.
So this is our upgrade man. Wait, Cylinder?
This scumbag.
I'll pay, thanks. Good choice.
So this guy looks old. Like I bet he's in his 40s, right?
Yeah, maybe, I
And
don't
this
know.
little girl, how old do you think GS is?
8.
Look at her. Look at her. Tripping down those stairs. Tripping down these stairs. I like that. Let's do it again. Boom, 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 boom.
Nice.
That's really fun. I want her to walk up and do the same thing. I want her to defy gravity. Ah, she won't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work as well there.
Nah.
Okay, so we're back in the town.
Oh, I hit him, did you see? I taught him a lesson. You need any drill parts?
Alpha parts, storm parts, energy oil, power oil.
I think we already have this one. Can't we already do the forward dash? Let's see for guard dash. Circle your character with the cursor. That's not gonna work, we're playing on a gamepad. Oh, I think I know. I think it's just a dash and then attack. Circle your character? Like what? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Circle your character. I mean, the PSP didn't have a touchscreen. Like that. Okay, so it's dash and then attack at the end. Yeah, I really wish the controls had been translated depending on whether you're using a gamepad or a keyboard and mouse. They just seem to be set default for keyboard and mouse. And for some random controller that is not an Xbox controller. Poco. Aw. It's really sad.
That guy's probably my favorite character so far.
Yeah, because of the way he dances.
Yeah.
That's why I like him. Hey, look, it's this guy. Deep voice, man. Glad you're okay, GS. Oh. Alright, we're going on a fetch quest. So that's Gurumin.
A monstrous adventure.
It's really fun. It's fun to control. It's really goofy. I mean, you can see that. Kind of reminds me of Mega Man Legends and all those is it 7th generation, like GameCube, PS2 style of games?
Yeah, sort
really
of between the PS1, N64, and the PS2 eras.
And I guess I have a soft spot in my heart for these kinds of games anyway. But it's a lot of fun. Kind of reminds me of Dark Cloud in a way. I think that's
Yeah. I never played that, but I've seen it.
That game is awesome. Well, both of them really. Dark Cloud 1 and 2. Fan scream! So I really like it. I'm a fan. I'm gonna play some more of it off screen.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Yeah, get it now.
If you guys are interested in this kind of game,
I think it's only $10. Grab it, man.
we'll see you next time.